21st of August, 1745, my wedding day. My father, Prince Christian of Anhalt-Zerbst, used to say that nobody in our family had married for love since the 12th century. It made us sound important. But the truth is that we were a very minor branch of very minor royalty. That's why the Empress Elizabeth of Russia chose me, of course. That's why she plucked me out of a German backwater, changed my name and my religion, and placed me at the side of her nephew, the Grand Duke Peter, heir to the Russian throne. I carried no political baggage. I was no threat. I was disposable. Poor Peter. Yes, I can pity him now. But on that day I saw beside me a mean and narrow spirit, without education or culture, incapable of loving or being loved. And ahead of me, what did I see? Danger. In every courtier's smile and whisper, danger. But that's not what frightened me. What frightened me was the thought that I would never know the love of a true man. Royalty has no business with love, my father would have reminded me if he'd been there. But of course, he wasn't invited.
Yes. I like it about this side.
All reports agree, Mom. The marriage remains unconsummated.
7 years. 7. Why?
There are rumors, Mom. It seems that the Grand Duke may suffer from a certain physical disability.
Well, go on.
I believe in medical parlance the condition is called famosa.
The devil in medical parlance. What's the effect of it?
The effect is to prevent, that is to say, to make it impossible for His Highness...
You mean he can't?
Precisely, Mom. At least so I'm told.
Is she still a virgin?
Yes, Mom, according to my information. And of course she's most carefully watched.
How carefully?
Sergei Vasilievich.
Highness looks charming today. If only be so bold.
Sergei Vasilievich.
Your Majesty.
Come here. How long have you been at court?
3 years, Mom.
And
And spend your time like a stag in rut, by all accounts. Even raised your eyes to the Grand Duchess Catherine, as rumor has it.
Then rumor lies, Mom. Forgive me, I swear I never...
Pity. I wish to employ your talents in the service of the state. Is my meaning clear?
But Catherine?
Yes, Catherine. I didn't bring her here to read books. I brought her here to breed sons. She must have an heir. It's essential to me. Do you understand?
I understand.
Her Highness looks well in the saddle. Your Highness is not hunting today?
I'm not such a fool. We're in for a storm. Sit.
Now's your opportunity.
Yes, Uncle. Please, allow me, Highness.
Tell them to pack up. We're going back to Petersburg. Come on.
But sir, what about the others?
What others?
The hunting party.
They can spend the night at the lodge. Serve them right. Would you do me the honor?
Highness?
Come on.
Sergei, I do believe you've had a fall.
Yes, indeed I have. We'll never get back to Petersburg tonight. We'll all have to sleep in the lodge.
You'd better go, Sergei, before you compromise me.
I think about you every moment of every day. And every moment of every night.
It was madness. It was suicide. But I didn't care. I wanted love.
Kovia. It's all very well for you. You have a husband.
But I never see him.
And lovers.
Well, I was educated in France.
Exactly. It's not just that. It's not just his body, which is magnificent, by the way. He cares for me. He thinks about me. He loves me. He loves me. He really loves me.
Saltykov. The Empress has chosen well. He comes from a noble line, and his mother's a Galitzin. We could do worse.
I really must leave, my darling.
No.
Before they change the guard.
No, please don't go. Not yet. I love you so much. Sergei, I'm not certain, but I think I may be with child. And of course, the whole court knows that Peter and I sleep apart.
Not certain. What the devil does she mean? Is she or isn't she?
I believe she is, Mom.
She and Peter must start sleeping together.
But there remains the problem of the Grand Duke's... his physical disability.
That again. Then he must submit to surgery. That's the only thing for it.
Your Majesty is perhaps unaware of the precise nature of the condition.
Enlighten me.
The surgery required is akin to circumcision.
I see. That doesn't strike me as so very terrible.
But the Grand Duke's friends have so far been unable to persuade him.
You damn well persuade him.
Yes, Mom.
Come on, Sergei.
I'll tell him he slipped and cut himself on broken glass. Come here.
Don't think this is my first time. Take it off. Look. Look.
It was rain, worse than anything I'd imagined. But I bore it for Sergei. I could bear it because of him.
I need your help, Alexei Grigorovich.
Oh, I never meddle in politics, Grand Chancellor.
My dear Count.
Oh, I know what you all call me, the Emperor of the Night. I also know what the Empress wants of me, which is not my political opinions.
Which is precisely why she trusts you. Prussia is already the dominant power in Germany, but you suppose King Friedrich intends to stop there?
I'm a simple peasant from the Ukraine who happened to catch the Empress's eye.
But you're not deaf or blind. Friedrich wants to make himself all-powerful in Europe. Can you deny it?
No.
To do it, he must destroy the one power that stands in his way, Russia. So we must strike first. Strike now.
Why now?
Because the Empress is ailing.
But she might outlive us all.
May God grant she does. But the fact remains that the Grand Duke Peter stands to inherit the throne. And he's a German, through and through. He idolizes Friedrich of Prussia.
And the Grand Duchess?
Catherine. The Empress has waited 7 years for an heir. Her patience is wearing thin.
But if Catherine should have a boy...
But she's a German too, isn't she? Damn it, Alexei, you know what's at stake here. You can't avoid taking a position.
The Emperor of the Night takes many positions, but none of them political.
You're so wonderful. I'm so proud of you.
I must admit, he does have musical ability.
The barometer seems to be falling, Chancellor.
High nose.
I hear Her Majesty is indisposed.
Her Majesty's health is something that concerns us all.
Indeed. I hear Count Vorontsov is to be made Vice-Chancellor.
You're well informed.
Appointed against your wishes.
Very well informed.
For someone who lives as a virtual prisoner?
A fantasy, Highness.
You opposed my marriage. You think I support the German faction?
Don't you?
No, I don't. We've been enemies a long time, Chancellor. Too long, perhaps.
Perhaps. But it's the Empress who rules. I merely act under orders. We all do.
A fantasy, Chancellor.
It's true. Monsieur Saltykov, for instance, he has been acting under orders. Ah, you didn't know.
Why do you tell me this?
Politics is a brutal business, Mom. Are you sure you've got the stomach for it?
So long ago, but I can still feel the pain. You don't forget, not when someone kills your heart.
You won't be needed, Countess.
Obviously!
Out with you!
Why the devil wasn't I called sooner?
You are to wait here.
What? It's a matter of state.
Vice-Chancellor Vorontsov is in attendance. By command of the Empress.
Praise God. It's a boy.
Во имя Отца и Сына и Святого Духа. Аминь.
No! It's my child! It's my child!
She's sending me to Sweden. A special embassy to announce the birth of your son.
Her Majesty has a nice sense of irony.
Is that all you've got to say? I'm finished at court, ruined.
What did you expect? A title? An estate? 1,000 serfs?
What do you mean?
Or didn't you have the sense to settle your price in advance?
Catherine, listen to me. Whatever they've told you, it's a lie. I do love you. How can you doubt it? My God, don't you remember that first night?
Oh, yes. It will always remind me that a man can practice the art of a whore as well as a woman.
You bitch. What do you think she'll do to you? She'll destroy you too. You'll see. She'll destroy you.
A brutal business. But one man's.
1757, we were at war with Prussia. Our best general was Apraxin, one of the few friends I had at court.
We outnumber them 2-1, sir.
Thank you, Captain Honor.
Damn it, sir. We'll never have a better chance of smashing them.
Thank you, Captain.
Like talking to a wall.
Your brother knows how to fight, but I don't think he understands politics. A lot of the younger officers agree with him, sir. I know that. I'd attack tomorrow if I could, but it's impossible. The Empress can't make up her mind. Bestouchev's pulling her one way, Vorontsov the other. It's hopeless.
This was where the real war was, not at the front, at court.
The banister broke, and with one masterful stroke, he finished her off in midair.
Forgive me, but your Highness is full of wit tonight.
And La Vorontsova of elegance. Listen! Another fire! It's in the kitchens! Come on, hurry up! Don't want to miss it!
In a world where Vorontsova could be thought elegant, I suppose Peter could be considered a wit.
Highness?
This is a letter to your friend, General Apraxin. It urges him to take the initiative in the war, to push for a victory.
And what do you want me to do?
Sign it.
Do I have to remind you that I am forbidden to write letters? The Empress won't even let me write to my own mother.
General Apraxin can give us a victory, but he knows if the Empress dies and Peter succeeds, Peter will end the war. That's why he's holding back.
I understand that. But what's the value of a letter from me?
It'll send him a signal. It'll tell him that you intend to share power, to use your influence to carry on the war.
But there's no question of sharing power. Not for me, and certainly not for Peter. God, he loathes the sight of me. Give him the power and he'll be rid of me like that. No. If I rule alone.
Highness, you ask too much.
You ask too much of me. What if the Empress finds out about this? I'm finished. All or nothing. If I commit myself to you, you must commit yourself to me. Do you?
Yes, I do.
You understand me. I rule as Empress in my own right. Is that agreed?
Agreed.
Then I'll sign.
Bestuchev wrote the letter, Mom, but Catherine signed it.
Plots, plots. I won't have it. I won't have it. See to it.
As Your Majesty commands.
And bring her here. Count Vorontsov.
Mom.
I name you Grand Chancellor.
Your Majesty.
The war. I want an end to it.
I think Your Majesty judges wisely. As you are aware, Mom, there is the draft of a treaty.
What the devil are you talking about? I don't want my army scuttling home like whipped dogs. I want a victory.
Victory. The word echoed round the court in whispers. Too late to save Bestuchev, but just in time to give me a chance, a slim chance to survive.
Count Mikhail Petrovich Bestuchev, by order of Her Imperial Majesty the Tsarina, you're under arrest.
Enter. Close the door. I have a letter from you to General Apraxi. Well, it bears your signature. Do you deny it?
No, Mum.
How dare you presume to send orders to my general?
I never sent orders. If Your Majesty would read the letter.
Her Majesty has forbidden you to write letters.
Exactly. What have you got to say to that, you stinging little whore?
Forgive me, Mom, but am I answerable to my husband or my Empress?
To me, madam. You defied me. How dare you deny it?
Read the letter, Mom. It's a statement of your own policy to attack. To give us the victory we all long for. That's why I sent it. But I was wrong. I don't deny my fault. I don't ask for forgiveness. I only ask to be allowed to be returned to my own country. My husband hates me. I have no friends. I have incurred Your Majesty's extreme displeasure. I am at the end of what I can bear.
What about your son?
Paul is in your care. I could ask no more for him. I know you love him very much.
It's a plot. She plots all the time. She schemes against me. She hates me. She's as cold as ice to me, but she'll open her legs for anyone.
Silence!
Ask her about her lovers. Ask her about Saltykov.
Silence! Leave us, now. And you, Chancellor? I won't send you away. But you never thought I would, did you?
To tell the truth, Ma'am, I wasn't sure.
I want no more plots.
I have never plotted against your Majesty. Never.
Very well. But now tell me, when I'm dead, will you seek to take power?
Yes.
Stay where you are, Sasha. I treat you badly. Yes, I do. You've had the sense to grow older. I've tried to stay young. I never complain. Whenever I need you, you're at my side.
What will you do with Bestouchev?
Exile him to his estates. What do you think of her, Catherine?
I see greatness in her.
Greatness. I once saw it in myself. My reign has been a failure. Oh, we don't have to pretend to one another. I've done nothing. Changed nothing. Perhaps you might do better.
Elizabeth got her victory. In August of that same year, Apraxin smashed the Prussian army at Gross-Jägendorf. One of the heroes of the hour was a young captain called Grigory Orlov.
Captain Orlov? Count, please.
Thank you.
Today is yours, General.
Undoubtedly.
Tomorrow, who knows?
Enter. Orlov. So, good. May I present Captain Grigory Orlov, Count? Orlov, this is a most distinguished prisoner. Count Schwerin, an aide-de-camp to the King of Prussia. He's to be taken to St. Petersburg. You will accompany him and see he doesn't escape.
Escape? Oh, my dear General, I hope I am a gentleman. I always wanted to see St. Petersburg.
If I was Tsar, you wouldn't be a prisoner of war.
Your Highness, dinner is served.
Food. I'm hungry. My dear, you'll take Count Shireen's arm.
Of course, Highness.
Your Highness?
I'm not dining tonight.
What do you mean? Stand up.
I have no appetite.
This is an insult to an honored guest.
Oh, you honor him, do you?
Yes, I do.
Then why send him in to dinner on the arm of your horse?
Do as I say, damn you.
There are those who may think that your open support for our enemies amounts to treason. The Empress, for instance.
Wonderful, isn't it, Pasek? Our prisoners the toast of Petersburg, while we are kept outside like lackeys.
Grand Duchess! What are you doing? So it is. Gregory Orloff, at your service, madam.
Madam? Don't you know who I am, Captain?
Oh, I do, Highness.
Then you're very bold.
I am, Mum.
And very impertinent.
That too. Did you see the look in her eye?
You're mad. Quite mad.
Care to wager? 100 rubles.
Make it 1,000.
Done.
His father was governor of Novgorod. He has 5 brothers, all in the army.
And his mother?
Provincial nobility. Nobody at all. He couldn't possibly be admitted at court. He simply hasn't got the rank.
Such a pity. I think he's the most handsome man I ever saw. I want to meet him, Praskovia. Could you arrange it? Of course you could. You can arrange anything. Come in, Captain Orloff. Montesquieu. I'm a great reader. Are you? No? Never mind. I'm told you have other talents. Writing, drinking, gaming, fighting. Have I left anything out?
Just one.
Ah, that. I hadn't forgotten. I like to leave the best to last.
More madness. Yes, but this time with some method in it.
And you owe me another 100, and me 1,000. She was there. You met her?
Met her. I've been bullying her all night.
Well, you don't believe me. You want me to show you my scars? 1,000 rubles, Pezek. You can pay me when she's on the throne. You'll be rolling in money. We all will. Rolling, swimming, drowning in it.
I'm not afraid of Catherine. She's nothing. More coffee, Excellency? Elizabeth? It's all talk. What can she do?
Perhaps nothing. But when so much is at stake, why take any risk if it can be avoided? King Frederick is concerned for your safety, Highness. He offers you a company of the household guard.
You mean his own troops?
Exactly, madam.
The King of Prussia's personal bodyguards? Think of that, Peter.
They would, of course, take their orders from you, and only from you. King Frederick is your friend. In his name, I beg you to consider the offer.
He's a savage, but a beautiful savage. I doubt if he can write his own name. You think I'm mad?
He's a drunkard, a womanizer, a boaster.
And a hero. How did Elizabeth take power? Who put her on the throne? The army, not the generals. The real army, the lieutenants, the captains.
You're using him.
Of course.
Careful you don't fall in love, Cato.
I won't make that mistake again.
At least not with Grigoriolov. Please, God.
Victory. Proxy.
Well? I think she may rally. The Semyonovsky regiment's with us.
What about the Preobrazhensky?
I don't know.
Gregory, do you hear that? We have the Semyonovsky. What's the matter with you?
Why doesn't she die? Why the hell doesn't the old bitch die?
Catherine's pregnant. 5 months gone.
She had another stroke 2 days ago. But she's rallied.
How long?
Nobody knows, Mum. Could be weeks, could be months.
Months? No. It can't be months.
Ставит прегрешение, я же ответственность неведомое, чтобы еси един разрешает связываться, и в разум истины прийти, хотя смерть грешному, но обращение и желание. Молимся, имели сетидея, душу рабы Твоей Елизаветы, от всяких уз разреши, от всяких прегрешений, я же от юности ведомое и неведомое, в деле и слове, и чисто исповеданное,
So she was dead at last, but too late it seemed.
His Imperial Highness the Grand Duke Peter is proclaimed Emperor of all the Russias. Long live Tsar Peter III!
Long live Tsar Peter III! Hurrah! Hurrah! Hurrah!
If you please.
I prefer to remain at my husband's side.
The Emperor does not wish it.
Then I'll speak to him.
Those are his orders, ma'am. If you please.
Be seated.
The Imperial Council will take note of 2 new edicts. His Majesty has today sent a special envoy to Berlin. The war is over. The second edict concerns church lands. With immediate effect, all church estates and properties are annexed to the Imperial Treasury.
Yes, I'm very near my time. Elizabeth lived a few months too long. This is a hazard no man ever had to encounter on the way to the throne.
What will you do?
Until the child is born, nothing. Peter keeps me locked up here. He thinks he's humiliating me. But in fact, it suits me very well.
Quiet! Quiet! A fire breaker! Come on, everyone! Hurry up!
That's good. Yes.
Hurry up! Hurry up!
Peter!
Are you asleep or what? Fast! Quick! This rubbish I'm empty! Don't fill it up!
Isn't he marvelous?
Oh, yes.
It was a boy. We named him Alexei Grigorovich, and I gave him the surname Bobrinsky. I've never been able to acknowledge him publicly, but I've made sure he's had every care and comfort.
Majesty, forgive me.
What's the matter?
Pasek was arrested last night.
It's time in any case. Tell them to harness the horses, the greys, they're fastest.
As the Empress Catherine II commands.
Now, Praskovia, advise me.
Advise you?
My dear, I am about to seize the throne of Russia. What on earth shall I wear?
Swear allegiance to Catherine II.
Grigory Potemkin. I didn't even know his name that day.
Your Eminence, when my husband took power, he wrongfully seized your lands and properties. I promise to return to Holy Mother Church her ancient heritage.
Is he awake?
No.
Then wake him. Wake him!
Peter? Peter?
Oh, what do they want?
I don't know, there's something wrong.
Well, what the devil is it?
Has your Majesty had any word from Catherine?
She's at Peterhof. We're going there this afternoon for my name day. It's my name day.
It seems she may not be at Peterhof. Leave immediately. Take your best men, find her and finish her.
In the name of Holy Mother Church, I acknowledge you sovereign and Empress under God.
By order of the Imperial Majesty Tsar Peter, you are under arrest.
What will you do, Count Schwerin? Shoot me? Here? Then shoot me.
Your Majesty, I have come to offer you my resignation.
Do you think I'd be satisfied with that? I should have your head, Count Vorontsov, or so I'm advised. Is it good advice, do you think?
Your Majesty can hardly expect me to be impartial.
On the contrary, I expect nothing less from you. Rise. Rise! You served the former Tsar with great loyalty.
And the late Empress.
Loyalty to the office, not the man or woman who happens to hold it.
Precisely, Ma'am.
Your resignation is refused, Grand Chancellor.
Your Majesty.
A letter from my husband. Another list of requests. He wants his dog, his violin, his blackamoor, and Vorontsova. What do you advise?
I see no harm in that, Ma'am.
No, neither do I. The request is granted, but not Vorontsova.
Ma'am. Have you decided what to do with him?
What would you do with him?
Sometimes one finds those difficulties are resolved by events.
Peter kept putting off his coronation. He could never be bothered. He always had something better to do. I made no such mistake. I was crowned in the Cathedral of the Assumption in Moscow within 3 months of seizing the throne. And I made sure it was a magnificent spectacle. I knew that I held power by a thread. I was a woman, a foreigner, and I had a son, Paul. Some of my closest friends thought I should rule as regent for him, but that was no good to me. I had a dream. I wanted to drag Russia out of her medieval stupor into the modern world. Above all, I wanted to end the abomination of serfdom by which 10 million Russian souls were owned as property. In a word, I wanted a revolution.
Murder! She murdered Peter! But Ivan lives! Ivan lives!
Ivan VI, crowned emperor in his cradle, deposed and imprisoned by Elizabeth.
Ivan lives!
Did you release him?
Yes, Mom, but with reluctance.
I thought you said he was mad.
That's the point, Mom. The Russians love a madman. The peasants, I mean.
Why?
They think they're closer to God.
How extraordinary.
Never trust a monk, as my father used to say. I think Ivan could be a danger to you.
All reports agree. He's feeble-minded.
Then why did Elizabeth keep him locked up in Schlüsselburg? He has the Romanov blood. He was proclaimed Tsar in his cradle.
What else?
The people love him, Mom.
Because they think he's mad?
No. Because like them, he has been a prisoner since birth.
Alexei Grigorovich.
So you're back.
Politics, a seesaw. It's good to see you.
Her Majesty will receive you now, Excellency.
Grand Chancellor, Count Bestuzhev. Well, I mustn't keep the Empress waiting. Your Majesty.
My dear friend, we have dreamed of a moment like this.
Yes, Ma'am.
I name you Vice-Chancellor.
Your Majesty overwhelms me.
Well, go on. We were always very frank with each other.
Do I understand that Count Vorontsov remains Chancellor?
He still speaks for the ancient nobility and the landowners. I'm in no position to dismiss him.
Forgive me, Ma'am, but do you expect me to forget that he ruined me, had me exiled?
I am in no position to dismiss him. At the moment.
Emelian Pugachev, Your Majesty.
Her Imperial Majesty, the Tsarina Catherine II, by the grace of God, Empress and Autocrat. Little Mother, I am the head man of 3 villages. I fought for Russia in the war against the Sultan. They wish to silence me because they know I will tell you the truth.
Let him speak.
Little Mother, my people have no money, yet they must pay your government taxes and high rents to the landowners.
Potemkin,
no food.
how intently he
Forbid them
listened.
to fish in their own rivers. Our young men fight and die in your armies. Our young women are made into slaves. We are hungry. We are afraid. Little Mother, we are angry.
The audience is ended. Take him away.
No. Let him go in peace.
Your Majesty has already proclaimed many new measures.
the reform of state industries, the introduction of paper monies. We have been waiting for you to announce the restoration of church properties, but in vain.
One of the virtues the church preaches is patience.
There are limits. You came to power with the blessing of Mother Church. There were conditions attached. You must understand, I do not speak for myself, but for others, much more powerful than me.
I understand. Perfectly.
Put up a fight, did he? Well, 10 years with hard labor will soon knock the rebel out of him.
Forgive me, Excellency, but has the Empress changed her mind about this man?
Tell me, Lieutenant...
Pajomkin, Excellency.
Do you have hopes of advancement?
Of course.
Then get on with it, damn you!
Excellency.
Ivan is your true Tsar. The German woman is an usurper and a thief. She steals your sons for her armies. She steals your money for her taxes. She even steals the lands of your holy mother, the Church. God be with you.
A moment. Come with me.
Prince Ivan. Do you know who you are?
One day.
One day, yes.
Russia. One day. Tsar. Of Russia.
We all know Stepan Mikhailovich Sherskolsky, but do either of you know who that other gentleman was?
Yeah, Count Bestuzhev. I once sent him a petition about my family estates in the Ukraine.
And the lady? Was it the... No, Captain Uzakov, it was not. Nor was the gentleman who you said it was, Captain Mirovich. Neither of you ever saw any such persons. They were never here.
you see the order?
Yes. If he falls sick, he's to have a confessor, but no doctor. If any person attempts to approach him without the signed order of the sovereign, his guards are to kill him.
I see.
I strongly recommend that you cancel the order, Mom. If anything should happen to him, forgive me, but the world will say, first Peter, now Ivan. You see the risk.
Isn't there a greater one? The risk that he might become the rallying point for rebellion.
A very remote possibility.
Perhaps not. To the common people, he's a legendary prince.
Ivanushka, the true Tsar who'll set them free.
Have you nothing better to do? Have you no bookwork? Then be off to it. Extraordinary, my husband had the same low taste. The matter of Prince Ivan. I confirm the order. They're wrong, you know, the people. To look to Ivan to set them free, I am going to do it. You look surprised.
Do I take it that you mean to abolish serfdom, Mom?
When the time is right, when I have the power, I trust you'll support me.
I'll support you in anything, Mom.
Why didn't you tell me?
I had no such instructions.
Instructions the leaders of the church implicated in a plot against the throne, and you keep me in the dark? As to this madness about a measure to free the serfs.
Madness?
You seem to forget, Stepan Mikhailovich, you owe your whole career to me.
My early career, certainly. But I have not forgotten.
She trusts you. She listens to you. You could perhaps steer her away from this policy. Subtly, of course.
I hope you lunched well, Lieutenant. It's thin rations when she dined with her intimate circle. Certain things are banned. Bad language, speaking ill of others, losing your temper. And any sort of formality. Rising when she enters or leaves, for instance. She won't have it. Any breach of the rules carries a fine of 10 kopecks. And remember, we're all supposed to be cheerful. Not easy on boiled beef and salted cucumber. What? That's all she said.
Language. I've been corresponding with Monsieur Voltaire on the subject. And he tells a delightful story about a lady at the court of Versailles. This grand personage was heard to say, "That dreadful bother at the Tower of Babel. Language getting all mixed up. Such a pity. Otherwise, everyone would always have spoken French."
What an actress was lost in you, ma'am.
Lost, Alexei Grigorovich. But in politics, one is obliged to practice the art daily.
Probitas laudatur et alget.
Virgil?
Juvenal.
You think the quotation apt?
Perfectly.
We hail the honest man as virtuous and leave him out in the cold to shiver. No, I think you make too free with your cynicism.
As you with your translation.
Macte nova virtute puer, sic itur ad astra.
Juvenal again?
Virgil.
I knew, so did Potemkin.
Tsar Peter was the chosen one. This German woman murdered him in cold blood. She stole his sacred crown. And what does Holy Mother Church do? Nothing. Nothing. Eminence, the blood of Peter is on your hands too if you do not act. You must denounce her. You must stir up the faithful against her.
Dear brother, I have heard your words, and I will consider them. Well, go in peace.
Tear her down. Destroy her.
The instrument of God, perhaps.
Your Eminence.
No, Lubyansky. I've had enough of caution and diplomacy. She has no intention of honoring her debt. Well, has she?
No. But what can this mad monk do?
Alone? Get himself shot or hanged? But with guidance. We know that her hold on power is weak. We know that we could turn the people against her, but it's not enough. We can't offer them rebellion alone. We must give them a figurehead. Someone to fight for.
How clear it is tonight.
Yes. The stars seem so close. As if one only had to reach out to touch them. But it's an illusion. They're too high. Beyond reach.
Grigori.
Do you know what people are saying? I'm of no more use to you. You're only waiting for a chance to get rid of me.
I've made you one of the richest men in Russia.
I'm not a fool, Cato. Money isn't power. You owe me more than money.
I've given you more.
Have you? What am I? Stallion-in-chief to Her Imperial Majesty. And not even that lately.
For God's sake.
All right, then marry me. You don't seem to like the idea.
I'm Empress. My marriage is a political matter.
Is it?
You know that. It could be fatal for both of us.
Fatal, yes. Well, just remember one thing, Cato. Remember who made you Empress.
I listen, and God hears, brother.
Holy man, I have pains in my head that blind me and make me cry like a child. I think I'm going mad.
Tell me of yourself. You are an officer?
Stationed at the fortress of Schlüsselberg.
Yes, no, but listen. This country is governed by the Germans, but this is a true Romanov. You're mad! Am I? Why did she come here? Because she's afraid. She knows that if Ivan was free, people would rally to him by the thousands. And he's here, under our hand, and you command the night watch. But the men! Do you think they want to spend the rest of their lives rotting in this graveyard? Do you?
Diplomatic mission. Diplomatic mission.
One of great importance. There could be war with Turkey. We need allies.
I know what this is. And here's my answer to it. She can't do this to me, and you damned well know it.
Her Majesty is being extremely generous. Your titles and estates, you keep them all. The sole condition is that you leave Russia immediately.
So you're in this together, are you? I'll speak to her.
Her Majesty isn't in St. Petersburg.
Where is she?
Elsewhere.
The army won't stand for it. They put her on the throne, they can damn well throw her off it.
I wouldn't advise you to take that line. It's treason, and would therefore become a matter for the secret chancery.
You can't touch me. We'll see about this.
Simply an escort, Excellency.
In it together. Has it ever occurred to you that whilst we continue to fight each other, Catherine is the winner? Divide and rule, Mikhail Petrovich. Surely you see where it's leading, to absolute power. Is that what you want? Catherine the Liberator?
coward.
Where's the captain?
They're drunk. Listen. Listen to me! We've got the guts for it, even if he hasn't.
12 men against the whole of Russia?
Ivan is Russia. A Romanov. God's anointed. God's chosen one. Evening, Sasha. Oh, look at your uniform. Always such a mess. Oh.
Sasha, you all right?
Hold him here.
Round up as many as you can. See to the wounded and dead.
What about this one?
Lock him up. Separately.
Your Eminence! I know. I've heard. What can we do?
Nothing.
But surely this...
Nothing. It's finished. We must pray for the soul of Ivan.
Stand up.
I know what the people are saying. First Peter, now Ivan. The German woman planned it all. Is that right?
Yes, Mom.
Leave us now.
Mom.
Chancellor?
For that very reason, you must execute Mirovich, Mom.
And create a martyr?
To show mercy is always to show weakness. But in this case, you'd be as good as admitting guilt.
Vice-Chancellor Bestuzhev, what do you advise?
I agree with the Chancellor, Mom.
Murder by the German Jezebel you call your empress! First she killed Peter, now Ivan! A true Tsar! Murder!
As if the start of a popular uprising wasn't enough, the Sultan of Turkey decided to lock up our ambassador in Constantinople, and the prospect of war loomed.
You have made many changes since you came to power, and I have accepted all of them. But for some time now, I have become aware that you are secretly preparing a measure to abolish serfdom.
My opinion on that matter has never been a secret. Slavery is an abomination.
So it may seem to some. But now you must go to war against the Turk.
Why must I?
Why? Because otherwise you'll be humiliated in the eyes of Europe. So, since you must go to war, tell me, who will pay for it? The serf? No. The merchant? No. The landed man will bear the cost as he always has. The landed man who pays his taxes to your treasury, who sends his sons to officer your armies. The landed man who measures his wealth in terms of souls, ma'am. Serfs, slaves, what you will. Destroy the wealth of the landed man at your peril. He'll fight back. And by God, your majesty, I'll fight side by side with him.
He's right, ma'am. You can't avoid war.
I don't want to avoid it.
Then you must have the landowners with you.
God, even you can't see it. Look at England. Look at France. Specks on the map compared with Russia, but wealthier beyond calculation. Why? Because in those countries, the free men work the land for a wage or pay rent to the landlords. I don't want to make the landlords poor. I want to make them rich.
It comes to this, ma'am. You can either have war against the Turks, or you can have civil war.
My dear Potemkin, the Turks bombard you with their cannon shots. I bombard you with my letters. My motive this time is to urge you not to expose yourself to too much danger. Remember the advice of our favorite poet, non omnia possumus omnes, and don't try to do everything.
The Turks are busy today, gentlemen. Let's see what's to be done about it. Get around that flank, we could take that battery from the rear.
They'll cut us to shreds. There are 500 musketeers defending it.
It's more like 1,000, I'd say. We've most of us done this before. It's warm work, but we enjoy it. Speed is the thing, remember. Tight column, heads down, smash them before they can reload. They'll be telling you that we have the Turk on the run. This is true. But in consequence, he's fighting back as never before. Our chief enemy is overconfidence.
The German woman bleeds you white with her taxes. Mothers, she steals your sons. Wives, she steals your husbands. And you cry to God, why did you take Tsar Peter from us? Why did you let her kill our true Tsar? But God is not mocked. It was a lie. She did not kill him. She put the rope around his neck, but he did not die. He's alive, ready to lead you, ready to free you. See him! Break your chains! Obey him! Follow him! Peter! 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 Peter!
Your Majesty.
General. Well, I'll say this for you. You never cease to surprise. You return from the war, covered in glory, and immediately request to be relieved of your command.
I hope Your Majesty will see fit to grant my request.
I might be disposed to do so if I knew the reason.
You sit here, 1,000 miles from the battle lines, and you talk of glory. But in the field, there's only the stench of flesh. as it rots. The screams of men in torment with their wounds. And the hopeless question, why? Why? In the eyes of a boy who dies before he's lived, I wanted to serve you. No, even that's a lie. I wanted command, but I found it.
You found that to command was to be alone.
Yes.
Forgive me.
At last, I knew it, felt it, touched it, breathed it, the love of a true man.
The whole of the Volga region is in open revolt. Pugachev has started to issue his own coinage, ma'am.
Ah, yes. I really think we can't have that. General Carr, you will lead a punitive expedition against these rebels. I want them stopped quickly.
That frown of his, how I dreaded it then, how I miss it now. How I miss his strength, his directness, his humanity.
Why didn't you send me?
Risha.
I meant what I said in council, Kato. Most of your generals are idiots.
I agree. But not General Carr. Really, Grisha, sometimes I find you quite impossible. A few months ago, you were demanding to be relieved of your command.
Carr may be a competent general, but he's a butcher, like all of them. He'll fight battle after battle, he'll slaughter by the thousand, and all he'll do is turn an uprising into a revolution.
And you know a better way.
Of course, but the truth is you won't send me because you want to keep me here.
I didn't send him, but I carried out his plan. It was simple and brilliant. Remove Pugachev himself and the uprising would be over. What I didn't know was that Potemkin owed the rebel a personal debt of gratitude. During the war, Pugachev had saved his life.
Don't fight for the Tsar!
Grisha.
The Emperor of the Night is resting.
It's no good, you know. I refuse to quarrel. been so happy.
What? I was thinking of my grandfather. Conducting his sovereign's business across the pillars.
Don't you want to know what I was thinking, Grisha? A line from our favorite poet.
How like you? Which one?
Non scio quid sit amo.
Now I know what love is.
Before, Mom. We executed Mirovich. Has he become a martyr?
That execution fueled Pugachev's rebellion. Kill Pugachev, you'll fuel another, and another.
To show any sort of mercy will be a sign of weakness, Mom. You can't afford it.
Thank you, gentlemen. I will let you know my decision in due course. They make a powerful combination. And they have a powerful case.
Damn their case.
But they base it on a rational judgment, Grisha. Whereas with you, it's emotional.
Yes. I ask you to spare Pugachev because I gave him my solemn word.
Grisha!
Leave him in prison. Exile him. I don't care. Execute him. You dishonor me.
It's not about granting a favor. There are vast issues at stake here.
For you and me, there's everything at stake. You deny me this, you won't see my face at court again.
How dare you? How dare you impose such a condition?
Because I am your equal. I have earned my place at your side. Deny that, you destroy everything. We're finished.
General Potemkin, I know about the personal debt you owe to Pugachev, or pretend you owe.
There's no pretense. The Empress knows too. I've hidden nothing.
Yes, well, one can never be sure of a man's true motives, can one? But in any event, a word of advice. Stick to your job. Bask in Her Majesty's favor. Amuse her. Collect titles and estates. But don't meddle in politics.
Well, you are a pretty enough little thing. Didn't get a good look at you last time. You remember?
I remember.
You're going to have my hand, aren't you?
I don't know.
You'll be wise to, lady. Because if you don't, I will have yours.
Oh, is that what you do? If I kept you here or exiled you, have my head. Why?
Is it right that human souls should be bought and sold like animals?
No.
Is it right that millions should starve so that their masters should grow fat?
No.
Isn't what you call your empire an abomination?
And what would you put in its place? You'd kill, you'd burn, you'd destroy, but what would you build?
I would build a world where all men were born free, where all men were equal. That's what I would build.
On the ruins of the old?
To build a house, you must first level the ground.
Oh, no. You lay foundations. You heard?
A dangerous man, Mom, with dangerous ideas.
I beg you!
You demand!
All right, I demand. I also give a warning.
I've seen the man for myself. I have seen what he is. I have no choice.
You're afraid of Vorontsov and Bestushev.
I'm afraid of Pugachev.
But not of me. You think it's an idle threat I make. You think I'll rant and storm about my honor, but in the end I'll come to heel.
I think at least you'll listen.
To what?
To reason. Good God! Are we to fall out because for once, a political necessity runs counter to your pride?
It's not my pride at issue here. It's yours. The truth is you won't tolerate an equal. You could have me crowned Emperor of Russia, but I'd still be Emperor of the Night.
Then be damned to you.
Oh, I think we're both damned.
It's not too late, Mom. I beg you to spare him. I implore you. Kill him and you put yourself in that man's power forever. You keep the Russian people in chains for another 100, 200, 300 years. Give the sign. Spare him.
And so I killed Potemkin's heart, as Saltykov had once killed mine. My father was right. Royalty has no business with love. Potemkin never forgave me, but he never betrayed me. To the contrary, he took the Crimea for me. He made the name of Catherine and Russia resound in Europe. I'm told that in France, they call me Catherine Le Grand. Le Grand, note the masculine gender. Catherine the Great. Is it justified? Not, I think, for the public achievements of my reign, but perhaps for the private price I paid.
Our destiny.
secret taboo.